Talk about some misconceptions I had before going to graduate school for social work and becoming a therapist. You can have your undergraduate degree in any major, it doesn't matter. I studied anthropology in undergrad, and then I went my graduate degree in social work. It was no issue. There were people from all different backgrounds: architecture, nursing, psychology, whatever, sociology, anything. In an MSW program, there are 2 internships that are required. One is your first year, which is a little bit less hours, and the other one is your second year, if you do a 2-year program and it's a bit more hours. Some of those are paid. I went to Loyola in Chicago. People had luck with paid internships in areas that were downtown, or sometimes hospital settings, or sometimes education, school social work. There were some people, especially like in the suburbs, they would have paid internship positions. Most of them were unpaid. Both of mine were unpaid. I didn't find that it was worth it to even try to seek out a paid internship because there were so few of them, and I just kind of accepted the free labor. Your internship placement really has nothing to do with where you go afterwards. It can, like, both of my internship placements had the opportunity for me to stay on after my internship and be employed, and I chose not to do that and seek out other opportunities to go beyond where I did my internship. But I could have stayed there if I wanted to, and it seems like that's generally the case. Like, if you really like your placement, you get along with your supervisor, you want to stay, sometimes they will hire you on afterwards. There are different specializations that you'll have to choose, and you might go into it with a different specialization than you come out. Like, when I went into my graduate program, I was thinking about working with kids, and I ended up specializing in the clinical track, the therapy track. At my school, there was a school social work track. There was a macro level that talked about policy and organizational change, bureaucracy, larger picture social work, advocacy, organization. And then there was the micro level, the clinical social work. During the first year of my program, I didn't have a lot of choice in what I was taking, but the second year you do get a couple of different options as to like how you specifically want to practice. Like, for example, I did one about social work and dying. I did a women's social work class. I did a sexuality course. But that first year, it's pretty much just knocking out your prerequisites and getting your internship hours done. After I graduated, it was important for me to find a job placement that offered free supervision so that I could get my license, because the way that it works with social work is that you have to get 3,000 hours of supervised practice before you can sit for the license exam. And if you work at a place that offers supervision, like I worked at a day program where I led rehabilitation groups. I worked there for 2 years, and I was able to collect all of my supervision hours that way. There's a lot of like self-reflection that happens, especially in the beginning, for me anyway, of a graduate program in social work. It's a lot of like examining your own experience, your own privilege, your own experiences of oppression, your history, your trauma, your background, your understanding of mental health, and that includes like your family's understanding of mental health as well. So especially in the beginning, like, go easy on yourself physically, because it did physically and psychologically wear me down. Not only was it a lot of work, it was a lot of coursework. I was stretched really thin with trying to work part-time as well and do my internship placement, but the physical toll of doing that much self-reflection and sharing it with other people can be very taxing in the beginning. So to be prepared for that, but also to know that like eventually you do come out of that, and everyone I know is a better person for it. And after I'm out, like, I graduated a couple of years ago, and just like an undergrad, it all becomes like pretty irrelevant once you start getting into the field, you know. But it's good to have those foundational experiences, and the more self-reflection you can do then, the more understanding you have about like how you work, what you like, what you don't like, what you can and can't tolerate, what you will and won't take home with you, the easier that it gets to just slide into the workforce once you graduate. And you will be better received as a social worker if you can come in already have done the foundational work on yourself.